Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak, where we begin our evening run. Before we follow the probably next episode, the main quest, and go to Orga Canyon. Heidi. Professor Hamilton is an inspiration to us all, but it's kind of strange. She doesn't feel distant or unapproachable at all. She's kind and cheerful despite her stature. Even most crotchery artisans can't help but respect her. I just worry about her sometimes. She's very determined, very headstrong, and better sometimes put her at odds with others. Young Kato looks up to her an awful lot. He may well grow up to be just like her.
What have we got?
QA testing, again. I finished the latest version of my AR mystery game, and I'd love you to test it out. If you solve all the puzzles and give me your thoughts on the experience, I'd be happy to reward you. I'll be waiting at a tunnel in the artisanal district. Percy. Huh. So we had a similar quest in Edith, right? We've been having some power issues lately, so my boss told me to look into it. I thought it might be a problem with the wiring here at the shop, but nope, everything looks fine on our end. It's really stumping me. What's going on? Long day. I've had my son on my mind. I want to talk to him when I get home, but what do I even say? He's studying over at the Institute of Science these days, but we couldn't disagree more on engineering. He's big on innovating, finding the new big thing, but me, I'm a more traditional guy. I take pride in the family art I've inherited. I'm not trying to pressure him into taking over the shop, but I think he's hearing me that way. It's a puzzle, I tell you.
Indeed.
I'm really glad I was able to help Dad out today. I want to start pulling my own weight. I used to do grocery runs when people would need it, but now we're busier than ever. They really appreciate it now. They really look busy today too. Oh, maybe I should try making them lunch today. I think they'd like that. I thought you'd have called it for the day. Hard workers you lot are, huh? Just between you and me, keep an eye on Kato, will ya? He shouldn't have to take on all that responsibility at his age, if you ask me. It's like he never got to be a kid. Seeing him all stressed out and overworked just makes me sad. As an old geezer with none of that you've left.
Alrighty.
What's Crutcher crunching for? He shouldn't have to stay so late at the Institute. I guess it's important to him. He wants to follow in the professor's footsteps with all his research there. Just... I hate making the kids wait, but this deadline is non-negotiable. Speaking of kids, I hear Milia was up to something earlier today. Most of the time she's a model daughter. She helps me with the shopping, the cooking, the cleaning. But every now and then I hear just the strangest things about what she's up to. I can't deny it worries me sometimes.
Indeed.
Careful up there, Riel. I really want to see the machines from up there too, but everybody says it's too dangerous, so I gotta wait. When I'm older, I'm gonna work here like Riel does, and then I can see all the cool stuff I want. Oh, I think we're almost done for the day. I hate making Nat wait like this. I really am glad I started working here though. I remember being scared half to death over how I'd handle the pressure. It's been really tough work for sure. But it's so rewarding, and I can feel myself getting better day by day. Plus I've made friends with Kato and so many others. Ah, so this way leads down a mine, does it? That would make an excellent backdrop for a game. Nah, probably too dangerous down there. Hey there, Awkward Solutions. You had a request for us? Well, I didn't expect you to help me out again. Thank you. Figured we'd at least hear you out. What's got you all the way out in Basel, anyhow? Especially all the way out here in the dark. You ain't up to something shady, are you? Oh, I'm just scouting locations for my new game. It's a mystery theme, so it only makes sense for it to be dark and secretive. Let's get down to business then, if that's alright with you. I worked with a really bright friend of mine on this concept, so if I can iron out the kinks, I'm sure it'll be a hit. You solve a series of puzzles, all by using these special gimmicks that fit Basel hand in glove. Oh, what kind of gimmicks? Well, it would spoil the fun if I just told you. Here, have this leaflet. Let's see here. Urgent message from HQ. Catch the rogue hacker on the loose in Basel. HQ will track the target's movement and relay them to you ASAP. All transmissions will be sent in code to avoid leaking information. Decode the messages and apprehend the hacker. Secret agents, huh? Alright, alright. And decoding all messages forms a puzzle aspect of the game. Exactly, sounds fun, right? I think we really knocked it out of the park with this one. So what do you think? Interested in giving it a shot? Yeah. Sure, we got our work taken care of. Why not? Awesome. I was hoping you'd be up to it. Let me put your names down under the tester group real quick. And there's another tester working for the game right now, so see if we can solve a puzzle before they do. I see. I didn't realize we weren't the only testers at the moment. Yeah, I'm sending applications all over the place. My other tester started just a few minutes ago. I've got a special reward for whoever beats the game first, so good luck. Well, now we gotta win. Well, good luck. I'll be watching from the sidelines to make sure everything's running smoothly. And there he goes. So now what? We don't even have our first message yet. This is true? And there it is. He did say that HQ would send us some messages, but how? HQ to Spriggan. We found traces of a hacker in the artisanal district. Investigate the suited triad. Whoa, I don't recognize this address at all. I think it really is him. The first riddle should be easy to solve. I imagine it's like a warm-up. Makes sense. Let's get cracking then. Oh, it's down. Can't read the map properly. Well, if I ever wear a suited triad, I think I said triangle before, triad, this would be it. Not the easiest first riddle in the world. There were chimneys everywhere around here. Indeed, it does make sense for a district this industrious. And it looks like we're not the first to make it this far either. I walk around this damn place for ages and it was right here this whole time. Maybe he's the other tester we heard about? And here's the next set of instructions. It's almost like he's watching us. Normally I would assume the same, but I imagine at least one of us would have noticed them if they were tracking us by hand. I think we're receiving these messages automatically based on our Cypher location data. I didn't know you could do that. Or is it something his helper worked on maybe? That would make sense. Got a lot to think about once this is done, but that can wait. Let's look at this next message real quick. HQ to Spriggan. The hacker's long gone from this area, unfortunately. We've picked up another trail elsewhere in the Artisan District, though. Investigate the bat's roost. Yeah, go fake. Of course, there's more to it than that. And talk about cryptic. The hell's a bat? All caps. Ordinarily, I would assume the mammal. But given how it's written, I imagine it's alluding to something else. And at any rate, we didn't encounter any bats in the mine, if memory serves. I feel like I've seen these letters somewhere else in the city. I just don't remember where. The roost part makes me think there's some place they all come back to, or that they are normally out and about. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that fits the description. This one sounds more specific.
This tram is bound for the Basel Institute of Science.
Basel. The tram. Well, this is the Aerotram station. And I think we struck gold here. Alright, that does make sense. BAT is an acronym for the Basel Aerotram. Oh, now I get it. They all stop to roost here. And boom, there's the next message. HQ to Spriggan. The hackers made their way toward Newtown. Board the tram and pursue him. Straightforward enough, this one. Yeah, let's hop on. This does offer an exceptional view, especially at night. Oh, I see a familiar face took the tram just before we did. Let's see here. Well, that ain't the Aramis kid we bumped into earlier. He's been one step ahead of us the whole time. I feel like I'm too slow. Man, I remember when I was all held up about beating people to the punch like that. You've, huh? Well, wait, you're still young, aren't you? It looks like we've already made a move. Looks like it. So now what? HQ to Spriggan. We found new traces of the hacker. Disregard the kitty for now. The target is a Z-cat Z-cat #1. Z-cat 1. I don't get it. Well, I said to disregard the kitty, so it might help to write it out on paper. Would it really? I don't see how. I got a pretty good idea where the objective is. I can see it on that sign over there. Let's head over there and take a look. Cat, huh? But what do cats have to do with a orbital? Oh, ah.
It's so convenient nowadays.
The motor pavilion for the Z1 cars. And here we are. Z-Cat #1 minus the cat, a Z1 race car. Oh, I get it. Take the cat out of the Z-Cat 1 and you get Z1. Our next message should be arriving shortly. Yep, stay sharp, gang. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's see here. Huh. Yo, you in the game too? Yeah, I guess so. Didn't know there were other people doing this. HQ to Spriggan, the hacker got away. But the tracks are fresh. They should still be nearby. Head for coordinate marker... Well, what the hell is this? Doesn't make a lick of sense. But I really don't want to lose to these guys. Gotta think this one over. Well, I'm heading out. Catch you later. Have fun. Best of luck out there. Let's try and figure this one out. I suspect that we need to fill in the square marks with letters. Once we complete the sequence, the phrase will come together. Yeah, and once we have a full phrase, the rest is a cakewalk from there. Let's follow the code and see what we can find.
Lido, Inger, Red Star, and Eptos. You can even take them
Yeah, they made it a bit too easy. A weapon shop? So, first floor Vern's Arms, second is Vern's Store. And the building itself is Vern Plaza. Vern Arms, or VA, that lines up with the code. Ah, this is making my head spin. We did crack this code quickly. That bodes well for us. Oh, would you look at that, another message. From the engineer, a pair of ZCF goggles will spell your way. ZCF goggles can be found at the Vern store, if memory serves. Did ZCF come up earlier? Yes, ZCF is the Liberal Kingdom's principal engineering company. They were notable for building a first orbital airship. And now we got Liberalian goods in the picture? That immediately makes me think it's her. Anyhow, let's go get those goggles. Yeah, quick question. You guys stock ZCF goggles? We sure do. Here's a pair for you. We will spell your way, the riddle said. Is there writing on them? I don't see anything on the frame. Oh, the lens perhaps? Oh, I see the words. Await the aerotram, the bench will beckon. Guess we just gotta follow the breadcrumbs now. The aerotram is just up the stairs. Let's make haste. VA, they don't mean Vern Arms, do they? What else could it be? Ah, I hate this puzzle shit. I don't get these riddles at all. Oh, looks like we're a step ahead this time. We did it. Now all we have to do is head for the bench. Roger, roger. Hey, one. Well, if it ain't the student council press, figured you had a hand in this.
You caught me. Good evening, Spriggan.
What? Ren, why are you here? I'm glad I at least caught someone by surprise. It's more fun that way. So, how did you get roped into all this? Well, I happen to know a game master through the net, you see? He'd been putting out all these fascinating riddles online. I figured I might as well reach out to him. We got in touch and eventually came up with the idea of this game. And what better setting for a cyber-themed story than Basel? I even got to try out this new mail API that I've been tinkering with. I learned quite a lot from this little exercise. Do you just know everyone ever? Jeez. I did learn about your hacking expertise Kikti through MK's database. But I didn't realize your talents spanned far more than just security. Thank you, I still have much to learn, of course. Oh, there he is now. Must have fell behind somewhere. I was wondering why you were here. This was just an excuse to work with that Percy guy, wasn't it? This is all just stupid. The council president broke our own curfew for this shit. Oh, don't single me out, you meanie. I just so happened to hear from someone about a bored-looking armor student wandering around the city past curfew. Imagine my shock upon learning it was none other than you. Sir James, did you have fun being a naughty little boy? Barely felt a thing. All that effort for a dud of a game. Oh, could have sworn I heard you racking your brain a bit at some of those riddles, fam. But, I mean... Okay, fine, they did make me think a little, kinda. That's excellent news. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that. Wait. So, did you really make that auto-send API thing for the emails? Like, you made that from scratch? How the hell are you even real? No wonder Ronald and I don't measure up. Well, Fine, I admit it. You're pretty damn good. Oh, thanks, but flattery will get you nowhere, mister. Oh, and would you mind keeping tonight our little secret? I'm not sure what I'd say if, as you mentioned, everyone found out I was breaking my own rules. Sure, just as long as you keep me a secret too. I'm not privy to the specifics here, but it looks like they've worked things out. Yeah, just kids being kids. Ronald, huh? So he's the other brain cell in James's group. At least things have settled down now. Percy shortly arrived at the scene, and the participants gave him their impression of the game. Well, good work everyone, and thank you for the rave reviews. I owe a special shout out to Ren. Without her, none of this would have been possible. Oh, think nothing of it. Thank you for having me. And if you ever get the idea for some other game, do let me know. You got it, thanks a bunch. Man, I never thought my online friend would be a high schooler. You're really something special. I mean, how the heck did you learn so much about the Orbinet at your age? I feel like you're gonna leave me behind if I'm not careful. I gotta branch out and level up my programming skills. Best of luck with that, Paul. Gotta say, this is all pretty fun, so I'd be down to try whatever you come up with next. Thank you, I still have a lot of kinks to iron out for sure. But I might be able to go public soon. It's almost ready for average Joes and Janes, I think. Now, here's a little prize for you guys, since you got here first and all. Again, thank you so much for participating. Look forward to the next game. With the game wrapped up, Percy excused himself to mull over his feedback. And Ren and James snuck back into the hotel for the night.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys! Reward deposited! This is the Aerotram, operated by the city of Basel. When boarding...
Now I'm seriously wondering if I'm locking myself out of some quests for not having enough gray or what is the other points? Chaos points or something? But I don't know, this is blind for me.
Thank you for riding the Aerotram. Please mind your step while the tram is in motion.
These grid issues are getting even worse. It's really starting to bug me. I took a look around the city just to make sure it wasn't some kind of wiring issue. Sure enough, it isn't. No fraying, no deformation, no nothing. Whatever the problem is, it's not something new parts would fix. So what's the bracer get up to? Oh, I was just wondering about you, Van. I take it you got called out here to investigate all these events yourself? More suspicious sightings that garner a lot of attention. Pretty much, yeah. You sound like you're well up on the issue yourself. Indeed, that's partly why I called Alvis and Regina here. It could all just be a big load of nothing, so we can't set aside too many men for it, but better safe than sorry. I did want to ask for your opinion on all this, given you've had your fair share of run-ins with Almata yourself. Tell me about it. My take, it's just too early to tell, not enough to go on here. I get that, thanks for your input. If anything does happen, please let us know. I've told the others to cut you some slack at any rate.
Alrighty.
I don't exactly have the intuition for this yet, but even I can tell something isn't right here. With everything that's happened these last few months, we can't just write off leads and oddities anymore. I might have to loop back with Blanca and get her perspective on things.
What to do?
Basil's deceptively big is the thing. I like to set a quota of 10 cases a day, just to maintain a steady pace. Man, you're really on top of things. Come to think of it, you used to be in the fire department, didn't you? I did. I learned some valuable skills on the job. They still come in handy today. It's a tough job. base that's full of factories and other heavy industry. Fire hazards are abundant. Every second counts with those places. A moment's hesitation could mean the difference between saving a life and losing one. That's how I learned to be swift and decisive on the job. Sometimes you don't have a luxury of second guessing. I see. I bear that in mind. Blanca's just so skilled as a bracer, and she's a wonderful person too. I hope to be like her one day. I've got a long way to go before I can compare to her. Did Alvis head off on patrol? Yeah, he went out earlier. Once he's done, I'll start my rounds. It's a shame he couldn't have let you do your rounds first, so you could hit the hay earlier. How inconsiderate. He'd have scored brownie points with you if he said ladies first. I guess? But Alvis has only eyes for Elaine. The whole city has been having these weird network issues lately. Our online ordering system is bugging out too. I was in a panic the first time it happened, eh? I thought I'd messed up a line of code or something, and if I did, my sister would have my hat. Thankfully it wasn't me, but it's still a problem. I'll have to see if I can reduce the server load at all. Maybe that would help.
Let me tell you about artisanal spirit.
I get it's a tough job, I really do. But damn it, what am I supposed to tell my bosses? It's their deadlines and production quotas we're working with. Oh, we've seen you around once or twice. You're that project owner, right? You've got it rough too, huh? You know, I'm thinking maybe you could vent a bit tonight. Maybe it'll be easier for you to talk about your stuff outside the usual crowd. You guys are... Yeah, look, I hate how I'm always forcing you to do this and stick to that. I hate telling you how to do your job. I don't want to make you bend over backward anymore when you want to hear it. But I can't say no to the higher-ups, you know that. What they say goes. Nah, we hear you. It's not like we have free reign over our work either. I remember getting earfuls from my supervisor all the time when I started out, always telling me to do this differently and to do that better. We've all been there, but we don't hold it against you. You're just trying to put food on the table like everybody else. Bureaucracy is just part of a business. The bigger you try to be, the more it'll drag you down. You really mean it? I had you guys wrong the whole time. I'm sorry, man. You mind having a few more rounds with me? Sure thing, buddy. Nothing calms me down like a glass of a cold stuff. All this time I thought the artisan had a run-track mind, just stubborn mules going on and on about their craft. But my bosses are the same, thinking about it. It's all profit margins and productivity quotas with them.
Well,
This cafeteria is a bit on the noisy side, but then so's Basel. It fits the city, no? And maybe it's not so bad. And I can't complain that beer tastes this good. It really does taste better when you're just drinking for yourself instead of having to schmooze with clients. And since my company's paying the tab, I can drink as much as I want. Guilt-free drinks are the best drinks.
Alrighty.
As you can see, the place is popular with artisans once we're off o'clock. They all come in looking exhausted. No wonder they need pick-me-ups for tomorrow. The previous owner would always take care of them really well. He always knew what they needed. I hope I'm doing the same for them.
very well.
Well, I guess staying home and taking the job off isn't so bad. Let me do what I want without a certain killjoy breathing down my neck. Might be nice to crack open a cold one and downstairs. If you need me for anything, just give me a call. Basel is home to many a skilled artisan, and that draws demand from all around the globe. But in some ways we actually have too many. It can make picking the right one difficult, especially for the uninitiated client. That's where I come in. I act as a consultant to help clients pick the workshop that's right for them. It's funny really, I used to be an engineer, but I hardly do any engineering myself anymore. I'm almost done with today's deliveries. Looks like I'll be putting in overtime though. Lot of late dinner orders today. Once I'm done with work, I can finally get my own dinner. Then it's off to bed to get ready for tomorrow. Lather, rinse, repeat, huh? Granny always cooks for me at the end of the day. I really appreciate it. She's such a good person, man.
Why not stay here and relax?
I love taking the breeze here at night. Calms me down. I don't make a point of coming out here regularly though. I just make the trip whenever my heart wants to. There's this professor at the institute who comes by here. I swear he's always a step ahead of me. I sort of wander around a lot without really thinking about where I'm going. So how does he always know where I end up?
Do you have any preferences? Thanks for coming in.
The goddess of the sky is always
I was an artisan here up until about 10 years ago, and in that time I saw the whole world evolve around me. From big machines to tiny little orbments, life has changed a ton. For the better, I'd say. We live a lot easier than we used to. But we fight harder too. Warships, railway guns, those panzer soldiers. I worry that one of these days we'll make something truly terrible. Something that'll doom us all. I see, so astronomy originated in the Central East. That it did. To our understanding, astronomy came westward in the Middle Ages as trade and cultural exchange began to blossom. The University of Elsheim can trace itself back to that age too. That cultural exchange gave rise to the natural science as well. I see, never had much interest in hard science, but that's interesting to hear. It feels relatable, I guess, to hear that there are human inventions too. That's good to hear. If you're curious about anything else, I would be happy to help. Sister Paula seemed very nervous when she first arrived, but I can see that she's settling into her role well. I do plan to help teach her some more, if and when I get a chance. I've never held much interest in the science, but they do seem more relatable to me now. Maybe it won't feel so foreign anymore when the congregation talks about them.
Alrighty.
I'm finally done for the day. Gotta grab a bite to eat and then back out for the evening. The machinery I see these days is absolutely nuts. How do they manage it all? Transmitters, processors, storage devices, you name it, I've seen it, they've got it. I can feel myself getting older just looking at them. The world's moving too fast for me, I swear. Hello, kitty.
Time to depart.
Domestic production is riding high right now. Verne especially. They're trying to secure their foothold in the sector as fast as possible. The Empire's operations will end soon, and Rhineford is on the up and up too. There's gonna be lots of competition soon. So it's no wonder that domestic companies are trying to secure domestic cash flows. I think the banks should follow suit. The CEO, Townsend, he's pretty conservative, but even he doesn't know what direction he wants a company to take. Being honest, I think that's his glaring weakness. For a CEO, he doesn't have much in the way of leadership. Feels like he's scared of losing the government's favor, and all of his corporate partnerships with it. Bearing all that in mind, I can see why he's just staying the course here. Don't rock a boat and all. So what's we've got? Today's reflections, tomorrow's plans. Lots of stuff to keep track of. We sophomores have our big research papers due too. Wait, what about James? Oh damn it, did he sneak out again? Wen seemed to have caught wind of that. I'll leave him to her. I believe it was back in the spring when she, well, did what she did. Though in his defense, James wasn't at fault. It was his partner in crime, Ronald. And he got crushed for it, like, I'm talking flattened. Ever since then, wouldn't you know it, she's been super popular. James has his own recollection of things, I'm sure. He has a bit of a cloudy disposition.
Well...
Come on, what better topic to talk about right now than romance? Don't be such a prude. But you're out of your mind. Oh, that's right, I remember that one senior talking about it. Apparently romance is a popular topic on trips like these. Well, you can talk about it, but my lips are sealed. Oh, poor Albert. I can tell what you're thinking, you know. Well, yeah, I'm thinking, man, this dude's really freaking thirsty. He just talks about flirting all the time. I might be able to help with that. I do have some degree of experience. Are you serious? I don't really get what they're so worked up over, but they look like they're having a good time. Lucky the girls can't hear them. Those kinds of conversations you usually save for later. Speaking of experience, are we? No comment.
Well,
Julian, help a brother out! Alright. The first step is trust, generally. Women like sincerity in a man. What are you guys doing here? It's not what it looks like. I don't have a crush or anything. You have a crush. Shut up. Just leave me alone, alright? It's none of your business. Open book this kid. I recognize those uniforms. They're from a really famous academy back in the capital. Must be nice to be young. They should take advantage of that opportunity while they can. I can't deny I'm envious. Never got to do any fancy trips or work studies when I was in school.
Alrighty.
Oh, Van! Yo, what's up? You doing some puzzle solving? We're going over all the information we gathered. Man, there was so much to see, and then there was that surprise right at the end. I know, right? I think I could use a break, though. There's only so much stuff my brain can handle. I'm full. Now, don't just wander around town aimlessly, okay? You won't have a cohesive report without cohesive research. You should pick a direction and stick to it, then soak up as much info as you can tomorrow. Okay. And there's the student council press side of her. Push comes to shove, she's right on top of things. I understand you have plenty of schoolwork to tend to, Miss Claudel, but please make sure to get enough sleep as well. Don't worry, I will. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Sounds like you had a pretty productive day out there, Agnes. Nice! We're splitting up tomorrow too, but I'll be able to take care of things here. Keep Agnes safe. Right, gotta sit down and focus on my report tomorrow. Now, what to write about? I'm thinking maybe film history? Wen showed me all sorts of stuff. I'd love to write about the Foundation and ZCF's tech too. Professor Cronkite's research is super fascinating. Even I'm learning new things. They say his work will be the future, and they're not lying. I heard he even had a leading hand in cipher development. I've only seen little hints of its discoveries though. What more is he hiding in that head of his? Maybe I shouldn't dive too deep into that for this report. I'll just stick to what we all know. No way that's high school level research she's doing. Indeed, I pity the teacher tasked with reading her reports. Such information density was not meant for human minds.
Indeed.
I got to visit the observatory and the special research building. That should give me plenty of material for my report. I'll join back up with you tomorrow. Let's make sure to get our parts done. Puzzle game, huh? Feels like they're just toying with me. But nah, guess it wasn't the worst way to kill some time. Might as well hit the sack early tonight. The students from ours are really well behaved, even at night. Guess that's what going to a prestigious school does for you. Oh, real quick, was it just me or did the network feel really laggy around noon today? I don't know what was up with that. We just had it upgraded, so it's not like our equipment is bad. Sounds like something is siphoning off bandwidth. We've been getting reports over the last few days about comms acting up, but so far they're just little blips. We haven't seen any big outages yet, so there's not much we can do but keep watch. It got me thinking about how behind the curve the force is though. Cybercrime is only gonna grow from here. We gotta be ready for it.
Indeed.
The Aerotram's just awesome.
So those guys at the pavilion, they're actual real car racers? I heard them talking about how they came from the capital and stuff. Man, I wish I could go there and race the real thing too. I wanna grow up already. I've got orbital lights, orbital appliances, a good chunk of my home is wired up. They say smaller products tend to be less reliable, but not ones. They're really built to last. They're full of nifty features too. I went shopping to kill some time. It wasn't all a waste though. I've got plenty of handy things at the Vern Company store. Oh, looks like everything's fine over here. But no matter how many rounds I do, I can't shake the nerves in my head. At today's unexplained incidents and the whole place just feels wrong. I don't like it. Sounds like the guild's noticed too. The Bracer Guild is as astute as ever. Shall we head to the Southern Canyon path after making another round? Sounds good to me. Might as well bring out a truck for that. There's a bunch of stuff we can't explain. The monsters are just the latest headache. Could it all be connected, or am I just overthinking it? This is a Trails game, so it always is all connected. De Niro. Sometimes I drop by at night too. The store's almost becoming my life. That's not too weird, is it? Man, I wonder if I count as a regular now. I come here too often. You reckon the pharmacist knows me by name? Compared to her, I'm just... She really isn't that much older than me, but she has her dream job and everything. She's amazing. I went to college here in Basel, so I'm honored that I get to practice my craft here too. I was almost gonna work in Remeferia after I did a foreign semester there, but Basel gave me an offer and I jumped at it. It's just so exciting being able to work with a cutting edge of the industry. Factor in the academy too, and it's a deeply fulfilling job.
Well,
Education-industry partnership is a big tenet here at Vern, so we are actively cooperating with the Institute on a variety of projects. That's one of the big reasons why we're able to innovate as much as we do. A lot of students land jobs at Vaughn straight out of college. That builds a really strong alumni network too. I have a ton of colleagues here, both at Vaughn and at the Institute. I might be more of a manager nowadays, but beyond that, I'm part of a bridge connecting the two sides together. I find that really fulfilling. I'm conducting research into the unexplained reaction we observe when drawing energy from Sepith. It's just one of Orbital Power's many mysteries. That forms one of our Foundation's goals, shedding light on how our modern world really works. It certainly isn't easy though. We have to commission these massive facilities just to analyze microscopic reactions. Is there really nothing I can do? How did it come to this? It's good that we're ahead of Reinford in small arms sales now, but we don't know what to make of Marduk yet. We're starting to rack up some market share now, but the inner workings are still a mystery, to say nothing of their schematics. And now that they have government backing themselves, we need to take them seriously. Another slog at work today. Just gonna head home, decompress, and get ready for tomorrow. I used to have this drinking buddy. She works at the Institute. Haven't been able to get in touch with her lately though. Because of that, I don't go out drinking as much anymore, but I miss that. I miss my drinking buddy. She won't even reply to my emails. Is that the girl who's been driven almost to... well, to dark places? So the network issues are still ongoing. Even our business lines have been spotty as of late. It seemed like that was resolved for a second, but, well, evidently not. I see President Rooster's gone home for the day. He's quite the presence at the office. Our project hit a major roadblock, unfortunately. We need more manpower if we want to deliver on time. The project itself is highly confidential. If the president could just agree to our budget, that would make things a lot easier. Today's domestic lines are all operating on schedule. I heard the Transcontinental Railroad ran into another snack out east. Once you get out past Longley, all bets are off. Not much I can do about that. The Transcontinental Railroad's just always running into trouble there. There's always something going on here at the pavilion. We do industry press conferences, Z1 photo shoots, and even RC tournaments for kids. We make sure there's something for everyone here, so take a look around and take a load off. We hope to see you again.
Alrighty.
Ooh, this is that new ETWS model. Man, that price though. That thing's a monster. Bet you the High Bloods have one of those. How dare they one up Ingat? I mean, it's not like I'm jealous. How about a drink tonight, Chamberlain? It's been a while since we hit the town together. I figured we both deserved it. We both got put through the ringer, but we went and hit our sales quotas anyway. I might take you up on that. I could use a break to unwind after how hectic it's been lately. I do have some business stuff I wanted to talk to you about though. like cost-cutting tactics and those new safety racks, namely. I personally want to try and broaden Inga's customer base too. Maybe you could teach me a thing or two? Well, I wouldn't mind that, just as long as it doesn't get in the way of my frothy mugs.
Basel Motor Pavilion.
Competitors we may be, but we're fellow four-wheelers first and foremost.
Biggest manufacturers. Lino, Inger,
Petra's been putting a lot of thought into remodeling Lino's brand image. She's trying to get more mass market appeal. I could stand to learn from her marketing tactics. She really knows how to get products out there. Ingot has his customer base, but we're looking to broaden our reach too, where we can. Having someone like Chamberlain in charge of Ingot really lights a fire under me. It's like having a good rival, you know? We push each other to grow and develop bigger, better stuff. In the end, we both benefit. We're seeing that firsthand with Lino's success. I and the company as a whole grow and improve every day. Alright.
Time to depart.
Yeah, we can't get very far because the institute will be closed at night. Do you have business here at the institute? Most of the students and staff have gone home already. Our security system is on night mode too, so you can't get in without special permission. Unless you already have clearance or your business is just that urgent, I suggest you come back in the morning.
All right. Not this way. Not this way.
Alright. So that's it for tonight. Good. And with that I end the episode, and then where's this lead? Ah, here. Good. I say until next time when we play more The Legend of Heroes. I'm Mace, and I hope I see you again.